No matter what happens at this weekend's YCS in Vegas, the community's gonna be upset. I just summarized the entire video for you, but make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. We've been, what, is it 2 weeks? 3 weeks into this format? At this point, I've already seen people, what are we upset about this week? Is it the fact that fire costs $1,200? Are we upset that fire, is unbeatable? Are we upset that Snake Eyes is the best engine in modern era Yu-Gi-Oh history? Are we upset that, there's no real good counter in the meta? The fact that we have another 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 6 weeks of this format, you're probably not going to see a ban list till late March, early April. Did I nail everything? Oh, wait, we haven't even seen the results out here for Vegas. So let's toss another one in there for fire. Yeah, fire. Yeah, best deck in the room, man. I think I've nailed everything that needs to be said right now about the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, very realistically here, I guarantee you that Konami has taken note of everything that's been going on. And if, like me, you try to be a little bit more optimistic, you're like, hey, you know what, it's fine. Legacy of Destruction comes out back here in late April. All right, we can maybe the next core set will change some things. Well, Kongs has started running post-Legacy events here, and before you're like, Fire has been one of the Fire is the dominating force in the room, but I just want to update everybody on that. Starting next week, you're going to see a lot more segments and a lot more exciting things from post-Legacy as we try to explore that. Now, the highlight of Fire right now, all right, you're like, oh, yeah, rebel, yeah, you in the back over there. You, what's that? I hate fire. Oh, okay. I've heard your concern. So, Konami went ahead and they designed a new going second deck called the Tenpai Dragons. It's based on Mahjong. It's like some super ignorant deck that you just ragdoll your opponent. You watch the fire player combo off for 10 minutes out here as they're cuddling their Promethean princess. Like, oh, my precious princess, I'll do anything for you. Please keep blessing my fire field. Oh, Ambler Whale? Destruction effect. Alright? Like, it's actually pretty hilarious out here to understand the mind of a fire player. But Tenpai Dragons, okay, basically post-Legacy, you get an entirely new problem with this game. And you heard me say that correctly. These Tenpai Dragons, this ignorant going second deck that just OTKs your opponent because the field spell makes all your monsters unaffected during the main phase. They have this monster that when it attacks during the battle phase, your opponent can't activate anything. So what does that mean? So the solution to the deck goes like this. You have the great idea of Yu-Gi-Oh players go, oh, well, it's a going second OTK deck. Let's just make them go first. And then they side in Heatwave, and they floodgate you because you can't play the game. You'll read comments out here from one salty person getting destroyed by this card, going, stupid floodgates, I hate this game, they're so unfair. And it's like, but you made the going second deck go first, and how dare they play cards to allow them the chance to go second? But I'm not fundamentally going to go too far into that because we have video series after video series of Tenpai Dragons coming down the pipeline here. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a preview, while we're crying about, Infinite Fire King Flambers, ooh, stepping on me. I can't believe the Sneaky Wakey is doing all of this to my fieldy wieldy. I get it, alright? Ban list, I'll take care of it. Then we can worry about an ignorant going second deck coming down the pipeline. Oh, and, what's that? You in the corner over there. Yubel? Minkanko 2.0? Nah. Yu-Gi-Oh players haven't realized that Yubel is just better than Minkanko. No? Wait, it is? Oh, okay. So I've just been notified out here that Nightmare Throne comes out in Legacy in the next set, which means you're all going to have to deal with Yubel being ignorant damage reflection. Wow! 2 decks that look at fire and go, okay, destroy my monster? Okay. Now, do they have an easier time against fire? No. I mean, they still have to deal with the Ambler Whale, Promethean, pop, blow up. I mean, sometimes if the one player has a field spell, you know, or Nightmare Throne on the other side, it's just that. Thing is, you have another stage of power creep coming, but a ban list has to settle the dust to allow this adjustment to actually happen. So, good news on this channel. I'm sick of this format, and we have another month of it. I do suspect probably mid-March we will see a list kind of coincide with OCG getting their list on April 1st. You gotta love every like 3 months that they get it. So we'll probably see a balancing act about that time. So I'm looking forward to that. But on the flip side of that equation here, you need to fully understand that you've still got at least 3, maybe 4 weeks of this format. I do think that was a loud one. I think looking at how this format is going to go with Vegas this weekend, though, I think that this being your second YCS is going to put a lot of things in perspective for Konami. Konami is going to have to look at Snake Eyes as a package, and they're going to have to make a decision and decide, you know, what are we going to do? If you're thinking that Konami is going to look at this deck straight off the bat and that they're going to crater it into oblivion, that's not going to happen. Diabellstar, Wanted, all of these cards do not have reprints yet. All right, I fully expect they are not going to look at any of the higher rarity cards in this set and even make a single effort to hit them, which leaves Snake Eyes, Ash, maybe Oak. A few people are like, oh, just go after the original Sinful Spoils. I'm not trying to make the deck unplayable. All right, obviously putting it to 1 would make things a little bit more fair, but that's just that. So, results and expectations for Vegas. Fire, 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 baby! It is a 3v3 event. You just saw out of Costa Rica out here that PAX team smashed it with pure Snake Eyes. And the fact that, I mean, all 3 teammates are able to play the same style of deck out here, you are probably going to see this deck probably smash the competition. Now, Fire King variant, okay, I know it's got a little bit easier of a grind game. I know. All right, you can loop the engines together. You can go down the cool little loop-de-loops. You know, there are differences in opinions for the 2 builds, but Jesse did show us that the Fire King build can do some pretty interesting things during the UDS. And if you're looking at the UDS results and then, you know, looking at Costa Rica results, they tell different stories about what you're going to expect out of this weekend. But what I can tell you that you're most definitely going to expect out of this weekend is fire, 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 fire. Maybe a voiceless voice popping up, doing well, but this format just isn't meant to allow anything else. Anybody else ready for a change to go into Tenpai Dragons and Yubel? Oh, also, fun fact, by the way. All right, funniest thing that any of you are ever going to hear from me. If Tenpai Dragons does not have an out to the one Yubel, they auto lose to like Yubel. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A single Yubel can ruin an entire Tenpai Dragons day. So it's almost like an unmovable object meets an unstoppable force. And you just have these 2 decks that are like coming out of nowhere here, attempting to bypass the ignorance that is Fire. Fire is your strong combo deck, you have your ignorant OTK deck, and then you have your defensive turtle coming. It's really strange we couldn't have had these options like together at the same time. I mean, they were trying, but like that one set of difference really makes all of that difference. So, did you catch everything in this video? Moral of the story, we're going to go from one problem to another, and no matter what happens, everybody is going to be very, 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 very upsetty spaghetti. I can't wait to report on Monday morning that Fire won the YCS. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.